Hello everyone. So in the first video, we will learn how we can install the softwares R and RStudio, which help us to use or do any kind of statistical task. So to install R or RStudio, first you need to go to any of your web browsers. So for my case, I will go and select my Chrome browser via the Google Chrome. And in that Chrome, I just need to write download R. I'm over here, I'm doing downloading R for Windows because I'm using the Windows as an operating system. So whatever user operating system, you can use that. For me, as I'm using Windows, I'm using download. I've just written download R for Windows. Now hit the first link that is available, and over there you will have the download R 4.2.1 for Windows. This is the latest version of R that is available online. So we need to download this R 4.2.1 for Windows. So you need to click on that, and then this will open up a application or an executable file. Save that into your C drive or wherever you want. For me, I will save that in my users and my own folder. So I will save it over there, and once it gets downloaded, I need to run that executable file. So you will see that this is an .exe file. So we need to run this executable file. So once I click on this .exe file, it will ask me for permission. So it asks me, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Always hit yes. Once you do that, it will ask us to select the setup language. So keep it as it is, keep it to be English, hit OK, and then just simply click next. The next thing that it asks for is where do you want your destination location to be? That is all the files that you'll be storing, where do you want to? So for me, again, I want to keep this in the program files under the C drive. So I will click on next, and for the user installation, keep everything clicked. For my PC, I'm using a 64-bit computer, so I have a 64-bit files. If you have a 32-bit computer, you will have a 32-bit files. So depending on the system that you're using. So I will check all the boxes and hit next. And again, I will accept no, that is, I will accept all the default settings and hit next. Again, ask us to select the start menu. I don't want to create a start menu folder. I will keep it as it is and hit next. Also, it asks whether do you want to create a desktop shortcut. I personally don't want to create a desktop shortcut, so I will uncheck that box and keep the other things as it is. Now, once I click next, it is extracting the files, and once it finishes extracting the files, it will be installed in my system. It takes a couple of minutes to do that. So it says completing the R for Windows 4.2.1 setup wizard. It mentions that setup has finished installing R for Windows 4.2.1. So you need to click finish to exit the setup. Now, how does this R look like? If you go to a start menu and you just write R 4.2.1, the first that shows up is this app, R 4.2.1 app. If you hit this, you can get this R software. So I will discuss about this in details, how this R looks like in the next video. But for this time being, I'm just showing you how to install the software R. And also in the next, I will show you how we can install RStudio. This is called as console actually. So if you type in anything, suppose 2 plus 3, if you write, it will add this and it will give you the number to be 5. Similarly, if you multiply 2 times 3, if you hit enter, it will give you the answer to the 6. So this is the basic performance of R. Now, one more thing that I need to install is the RStudio. So let me close this out, and I won't save this. So it will ask for save workspace image. I won't save that. Next, what I want to do is I want to install the RStudio. So again, in the same browser that you have, instead of download R for Windows, let me just write download RStudio. So the minute it shows up download RStudio for Windows, I will hit that. And the first link that shows up is the download the RStudio IDE. So RStudio is actually an integrated tool design. So to download the RStudio or even to work on RStudio, you need to have your R installed. So first you need to have your R installed. Only then if you download and install your RStudio, it will work. So first I have downloaded R. Next I'm going to download and install RStudio. So hit the first link that is available, scroll down, and you can see that there are a lot of download options for different operating systems. For me, since I'm using a Windows 10, I will be using the first one. That is the first executable file, RStudio 2022-07.54.exe. So if I click on that, it will again give me an executable file. Once again, I have to go to my C drive, and under the username, I want to place it over here, save it over here. Once it has been saved, it takes about a minute or so to download. And again, the same thing, I need to run this executable file and install the RStudio. So it will take about a minute or so to download this RStudio file. Right, so now it has been downloaded. I will simply click on this, and again it will ask me that do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device. Again, you need to hit an yes. Click on the next that welcome to the RStudio setup. Click next, and again it is asking for this destination folder. So keep the thing as it is. Don't need to change that. C program files in RStudio, because I have stored that under C program files, so this will be under C program files again. Now it is asking for choose start menu folder. So it says select the start menu folder in which you would like to create the program shortcut. So by default it says RStudio, so it will create a RStudio folder under C program files. Do not create shortcuts. If you want, you can create shortcuts. If you do not want, you don't create a shortcut. I will keep it as it is. I won't change anything over here, and then hit install. Again, this installation takes about a minute or so. And once this installation is complete, you can then use your RStudio. But once more, before downloading or installing RStudio, you need to download R first. RStudio has a better user interface than R, and it is easier to work on RStudio. However, RStudio is an IDE, it is an integrated tool. So we need to download R before we download RStudio. So it says completing the RStudio setup. RStudio has been installed on your computer. So it's been done, and then we need to hit finish, and then we're good to go. So again, from the start menu, if I write RStudio, the first thing that shows up is this app. So we click this app, RStudio app. And there you go. Over here, the first thing that you have is the editor. So so we have 4 boxes over here. So the first left-hand box is called as the editor. The second left, or the bottom one, it says that this is the console. So whatever output, whatever you write. So suppose I'm writing 2 plus 3. Whatever you write in your editor, the output is shown up in the console. And you can see the small run button over here. If you click on this run button, this 2 plus 3 gets executed. And what's the result? It shows up as 5 in the console. So editor, whatever you write, you need to run. You need to use this button. Click on this button to run, and the console will give you the output. On the right hand side, you see this is the environment or the history or the connections that you have. So the environment, you can look at what environment you're working on. And the last part over here is the help button. So over here you can search for anything, that how can I compute mean, how can I compute median. You can do any of that and this will show you. So how can I compute the arithmetic mean, how can I compute the arithmetic median. So this small box that you have, this is actually a help box you can think of. So all the help that you have, you can get it from here. So this is the very basic of installing R and RStudio. In the next video, we will go over how can we write a few small programs, or how can we compute the mean, the median, how can I calculate the minimum, the maximum, all these things in the next video. Thanks for watching.